Hi everyone, my name's Annie Pendrey. I'm here for 5 minutes to give you an overview of a topic you might want to use. Um, I am an FEHE specialist with a background in early years. So today I'm going to look at a topic called grit, which was spearheaded by Angela Duckworth. It's come around organically because 2 weeks ago I sat with my tutor group who were feeling really overwhelmed with their workload. They're on a vocational course and so they have to do placement hours as well as academic work, and they were finding it really difficult to balance between time management of placement and the time management of college and their academic work. So we looked at grit, we looked at a couple of characteristics of that being innate, the passion and perseverance that they would need to continue with their course. Little did I know that a week later I'll be writing an article for FE News on the topic of grit, taking it a little bit further and looking at the characteristics. I think all of us today have shown that internal passion that we've got. We've set up online communities, we've set up online teams, we've talked to each other. I know I've been looking at Teams a lot and uploading materials for learners, setting little videos on Loom, and that's shown passion. But I think in the weeks to come, it's the perseverance, not only of us, but of our learners to continue in the studies, setting further reading materials, potentially setting smaller tasks to keep the motivation levels up as well. One characteristics I want to really talk about today in this short video is the one thing, which is courage. Having courage to continue during this turbulent time that we're facing, that we probably hopefully will never face ever again. For me, courage in the last couple of weeks has been something that I've had to really reevaluate and reflect upon. And I'm going to look at two dimensions in the few minutes that I've got. And I've had to face courage with my own family. My own family are all key workers, and so here at home it feels just like business as usual, preparing their lunches, sending them off to work. My husband's involved in overseeing the construction of the makeshift hospital in London, which I am really proud of, but also very emotional about the fact that that's where his work's taken him. My family are key workers, a couple of them being in the police, having new powers they've got to face. And I didn't realise how much courage I was going to have to use. And that was something that I faced when I was listening to Lou and Steph, who were doing an online community, 7 o'clock every morning. And Steph was talking about openness and how we have to be more open in these times with each other. And I found I had to have the courage to come off that platform for a little while. I realised that I had been the PVA for the family, and actually I was struggling a little bit. So I came off and I was really open with the family, saying, I'm really feeling insecure, anxious, because you're still going out to work. And I think we can liken that to our academic field then, that we need courage to continue in the next few weeks with our learners. How are we going to do that? How are we going to keep giving them the self-motivation to continue? How are we going to pass on our courage to them? And I think that's a really important one. So today we're just going to look at courage, and I'm probably going to ask you to think about and reflect what levels of courage you think you've faced that you may want to capture in a journal, in a reflective piece, and that can be academically and from your family perspective, and I don't know whether the two actually separate. And then what I would like to do is, if you want to, is to follow me on Twitter or DM me. I'd love to capture these reflections of courage. I think we might not face a time like this, hopefully, ever again. And it would be great to have this whole rainbow of reflections that we could put together and present maybe at a brew-ed together that I know Joe and Graham are setting up. I don't really know where I'm going with it, but it's kind of blue sky thinking that I think it'd be fantastic to capture these things. So if we took courage as one strand today, and then maybe in a few weeks I could set another video up through Joe and Graham, and we could look at another characteristic of grit. Today I'm going to show more courage. The whole family are out working. I'm going to go online and I'm going to have Wellbeing Wednesday with one tutorial group. And I'm going to ask them to actually just stop a minute and have the courage to stop and do a little reflection, and potentially, I think today, create a rainbow. So Everybody, thank you for listening. Please show courage. Follow me on Twitter or DM me if you want to engage in these reflections, and stay courageous. Bye bye.